Hello, my name is Beth John and I am the Regional Manager for South West and Mid Wales at an organisation called Adult Learning Wales in the UK. Adult Learning Wales is the adult community learning organisation for the whole of the country, and I'm delighted to be able to share with you today in this video a European project that we are leading on with Professor Dina Suero from the School of Education of the Polytechnical University of Coimbra in Portugal.
Hi, I'm Dina Suero from Portugal, and I'm a teacher, practitioner and researcher in adult education in the School of Education of the Polytechnical University of Coimbra. I'm also a board member of the European Association for the Education of Adults. As a practitioner, I work mostly with older learners in rural areas promoting literacy. They have so many beautiful stories to share, and I learn so much from them. Many didn't have the opportunity to go to school, but they have the school of life. Many of the learners I work don't have easy access to books. Books are a luxury for many of them. Most of them didn't visit a library or a museum. The European Association for the Education of Adults brought me and Beth together in the EAA Annual Conference in Zagreb 2023 and gave us the opportunity to be inspired by the Museum of Broken Relationships. What a special place, full of stories and profound emotions. We instantly knew that this book, the Book of the Museum, was a precious research to work with the learners. Beth and I were so excited to work together to explore and create the project inspired by the museum and the book.
So the Museum of Broken Relationships is a really small museum actually in Zagreb. It focuses on people telling their stories of their relationships. It can be relationships with partners, with husbands, wives, or with family members. We've started with something a bit more positive than broken relationships. So what we've asked people to do is talk about an artifact that means something to them, an object, and it can be anything from a toy, a piece of jewellery, it could be a recipe that had been handed down through generations, it could be literally anything. And this gives us a chance not only to get to know our learners more, to get to know them a bit better, but for them to share something with us and with the rest of the world. As it is, we are the only Welsh organisation that is part of the EAEA, and we've been really lucky to be able to pilot this project.
The project is entitled Learner Literacy Narratives, a Library of Life, Love and Loss. We have developed, as part of the pilot of this project, a website. This website will feature an e-book, and the e-book will be split into chapters according to the European countries that will join the project. Within each country, each organisation that joins will be listed, and there will be an opportunity then for people viewing the website to click into the country and the organisation of their choice to see learner work featured from that particular organisation.
My mother was brought up in a very, very small little village outside of Achfelindre, which is called Cymhiraeth. Then my father came from Tumble, which was a mining community, and he was one of 7 children. My first memory, I think, is when I was about 3-4 years old, sitting in the living room with my dad and my brother, and my mother was in the lean-to ironing, and this is the iron that she would use. Very, very heavy, obviously. And my job was to sit in front of the fire and to make sure that this got heated up to the right temperature. And she would come in, pick up the iron, take it away, spit on it to make sure it was the right heat, and iron away, and then bring it back and start all over again. That is my first memory of her, and this was the iron that she used.
I decided, because I teach ICT for Adult Learning Wales, that the way that I could actually put it together was for the learners to bring their item in, and then we would create a story in Word. We would then take photographs of the item that would then be emailed to them to then copy the photograph and then paste it across into the Word document. So we were undertaking a number of skills within the ICT class, and it worked really well. The students found the lesson incredibly rewarding. They took to the lesson really well. And I think the reason for that is because it was an item that was really special to them. This is going to be a valuable tool not only for my learners, but for the organisation itself, which is the ICT part, but also the love and emotional part of creating a story that's special to them.
This gift is from my grandmother, and she had it for a long time. This book he made it from sheepskin about Jesus, about Mary. It's about speaking about religion. And then all the time she read it like in the morning and before she go in the bed. She pray 5 times, 6 times a day. All the time she read it like just she do like that. She kiss it before she read it. All the time she called that, and only when I was a child I see her all the time she do. All the time I say, when I grow up you have to give me this. She said, yeah, she's gonna keep it for me. And then before she passed away, she left it for me. That's why it's mean to me too much. That's why I keep it with me. I remember her. When I see this, I remember my grandmother.
So when we took on this pilot project, we wanted to give it a more positive spin because we want the chance for people to tell their stories. And those stories may well be about broken relationships, or they may well be about fleeing from other countries. They may well have very, very different angles that they're coming from. We're offering it out to different courses, so digital literacy, ESOL, essential skills courses, different levels of literacy as well, depending on their English abilities, and also different ways of presenting us with the information. We're hoping that having something that they feel passionately about will help them improve their literacy skills as well.
Mae grŵp bach ni yn un amrywiol iawn, gwahanol oedrannau, cefndiroedd, ieithoedd, profiad bywyd ac ati. Mae rai ohonom wedi ddioddef salwch difrifol a digwyddiadau newid bywyd, ond rydyn ni'n dal i gwrdd bob wythnos i rannu ein cariad at grefftio a sgwrsio dros paned. Rydyn ni'n rannu ein uchafbwyntiau a'n hisafbwyntiau ac mae rannu rain yn codi yn hysbryd. Mae un o'r criw yn cofio ei chefnod yn yr ysgol gynradd yn ystod y 30au wrth iddi bwytho croesbwyth syml ar ei sampla. Mae un arall yn cofio'r holl straeon a adroddwyd gan ei thad a fi'n gweithio yn ffatri Hoovers ar ei hyd ei oes, ac yn aml mae aelodau'r grŵp yn dod ag eitemau maent yn trysori, enghraifft, sgarffiau batic a wnaed gan fodryb ymadawedig, gleinwaith cywrain wedi i'w wneud gan fodryb sydd bellach yn ddioddef o ddimenta ac nac i'w wneud nabod a'i theulu. Eitemau sydd ag ystyr personol ac atgofion personol. Oherwydd hyn, roedd yn grŵp yn frwdfrydig iawn yn y syniad o gyfrannu at yr amgueddfa trwy rannu ei hartipectiaid a'i straeon.
We're here to talk about my grandfather, Mum's father. He was a horseman and he drove a team of horses that pulled the golden carriage. So he was a horse trainer with the circus, with Lord George Sanger's circus. And he trained the horses in their performances and looked after the horses who pulled the huge circus wagon trains. At one point, I think it was about 1905, Queen Victoria came to see the circus that he was in, and she was so impressed with him that she asked him to bring his wagon and his horses and drive them round Windsor Castle Gardens for the whole royal family to see. Because he was born in 1875, wasn't he, ma'am? And both his parents were dead by the time he was 15 or something. So he joined up with George Sanger's circus and toured all over Europe with the circus and also with Buffalo Bill's Wild West show. And he was a very strong man. And his obituary said after he'd retired, he could still lift 100 weight of potatoes up above his head.
That's true.
I know.
That's true.
But his main thing always was stories about his travels with the circus and where he'd been. And the stories of his life with the circus was his, you know, that was the time of his life, wasn't it?
My name's Trydian Williams, Digital Development Manager at Adult Learning Wales. It was clear from the outset of this project that there'd be a number of digital outputs requiring the input of my team. The project needed its own identity, its own brand, and we developed a bespoke logo that captures the essence of the project in visual form. We secured the domain and created a dedicated website. And lastly, we worked on the 3D gallery environment, of which we are immensely proud. We will now take you on a tour of these aspects.
When we started planning the project, we realised that it would need an identity. This meant that we needed a logo that would capture the essence and purpose of the project. After sketching initial ideas, creating a colour theme and refining the design, a logo emerged that represents the main themes of the project. The tree symbolising life, the heart in the centre stands for love, and the open book representing the learner's stories of life, love and loss. The project now had an identity, and with the logo ready, it was time to bring the website and the online gallery to life. Let's explore the project website. On the home page, you can learn about the project and how you can get involved. Click the links to watch the introduction video. Or read about the background of the project. Also on the home page is a link to the contributor registration form for organisations who would like to take part in the project and have their learners' stories featured on the online gallery. At the bottom of the home page are links to visit the partner organisations' respective websites, along with links to the project's social media channels and a contact button to get in touch with the project team. On the website menu, there's a Meet the Team page, which introduces the organisations and individuals who have been involved in bringing the project to life. From the website menu, you can also explore which countries and organisations are involved in the project and view their exhibits. Organisations participating in the project can log in via the website to upload and manage their exhibits that feature in the online gallery. So let's explore the online gallery. The immersive 3D virtual library can be accessed via the button on the website's homepage. On entering the 3D library, you begin in the atrium area. You can move around the atrium to view the information and the video that introduces the project and the organisations involved. Moving over to the doorway, you can then enter the lift, which will transport you to the exhibition you would like to view. First, select which country's exhibitions you would like to view. Here we're selecting Wales. Then select an organisation. Let's visit Adult Learning Wales exhibition. Here you can read about the organisation and press the button to explore the gallery. Now we can turn around and exit the lift to start exploring Adult Learning Wales exhibition. Once you've arrived in your selected gallery, you can browse the learners' stories on display. You can press the information button to read the story associated with each image. Here we have some video exhibits, which will start playing as you approach them. The gallery has a number of different floors that can be explored. Here you can explore learners' audio or written exhibits. To exit the gallery, go back into the lift and press to return to the atrium or select a different exhibition. We hope you have enjoyed this introduction to the Learner Literacy Narratives, a Library of Life, Love and Loss project and its digital aspects. Thank you for watching.
We invite you to join us to be part of this community of learning and practice that will develop the project, raising the voices of learners in a very special, transformative and inclusive non-formal adult education approach. I'm looking forward to working with you. Join us.
We really hope that you will be able to join us, and both Professor Suaro and I look forward to working with you all. Thank you very much.